Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Peachy and this is Plant and Style. Today's video is another exciting one because we are going to look at all of my Ecuagenera imports that I've done, and it's going to be a lot. I do have 19 plants at hand to show you guys. I know it's a lot, but we also had some casualties that we're going to talk about as we go along. So yeah, without further ado, let's get going. The oldest one in my collection is no other than my beautiful ANTHURIUM LUXURIANS. So this is the pure Luxurian, not a hybrid, and it finally reached flowering stage, and it currently has some pollen, as you can see right there. I've already collected, and it's freezing right now in our freezer, so I am waiting for another inflow to be receptive in my collection. And there's actually one that just bloomed for me, and that is, you will see later. Actually, I don't want to spoil anything. I have imported her March 11, 2022, so it's been a year and 4 months since I imported this one, and this is one of the original leaves when it first came to me. And as you can see how slow it is, I lost the one of the oldest leaf. Also, it came with 2 leaves. One of them died off already. This was one of them, and I grew two more under my care and a inflorescence. So yeah, very slow but very pretty regardless. Right, look at that, especially this one. This one is the newest, and it's just so plump, and it's like regal. It's very it's like royalty. In my opinion anyways. It's always going to be one of my favorite plants and in my collection. And yeah, I'm so happy that I get to actually hopefully pollinate another plant and with its pollen, so that's very exciting. First plant, ANTHURIUM luxurians. The next one is actually a philodendron this time, and that is, I have gathered the philodendron RUBRIJUVENILE, or the El Choco Red. Sorry about our dog. But the biggest leaf that it has given so far is this one, as you can see. You can't even see me, but you don't need to see me. So this is it, the biggest leaf, and it currently has a new leaf as well. It's right behind here. It's still expanding, and I'm trying not to break it. You can see the back of it, I guess. Oh my gosh. Right there. So yeah, here she is. And as what it is known for, it's beautiful red back right there during the emerging leaf. And yeah, I think it does depend on the lighting. So now this plant is sitting on east facing window, so it gets a little bit of direct light in the morning, and it's loving it. Let's see if I can go back here and show you. But oh my god, it's going to be difficult to show, so this is the best I can do. And it currently has six leaves, and I'm pretty sure I've already taken out some of the oldest leaves, mainly because they were already crisping, but they have been replaced with most beautiful leaves, I think. So yeah, very, very happy with this one, the philodendron RUBRIJUVENILE. Okay, number 3 is my ANTHURIUM. Okay, I'm just gonna show you. This is, which one are you? This is my ANTHURIUM CIRINOI velvet. So I forgot to mention that The RUBRIJUVENILE was imported last August 24, 2022. So it's like roughly 11 months. This plant was in the same import. This one right here is the newest leaf that it has given me. This one came with 2 leaves originally, and I'm pretty sure I've already lost an older leaf as well. And yeah, so currently has 4 leaves. It's a little bit wonky, and the way it's growing and in comparison with the Metallicum, I think that I prefer the Metallicum. And you will see right here, it's actually right here, you can compare it. They look pretty identical, pretty much, right? This is the Metallicum and CIRINOI velvet. So now having both of them, I don't think that I need both, so I'm probably going to let go of this CIRINOI velvet and yeah, keep the Metallicum in my collection. So yeah, that's the CIRINOI velvet. And since I've already mentioned Metallicum, this Metallicum is in the same import. This one still has the original leaves right here, and I think this was the very first one that it grew under my care. This one really acclimated very quickly. I remember putting it right here in ambient condition about a week after import, because it started growing. It started showing some nice roots. So I figured, or I gambled. I didn't figure it out. I hoped for it and I gambled that it would do fine in ambient. So that's what I did, and now you know I took the risk for you guys. So this is the ANTHURIUM Metallicum. Like I said, I find her more beautiful than the CIRINOI velvet. If you were to pick between the two, I highly suggest ANTHURIUM Metallicum. The CIRINOI velvet did take a little while to acclimate, and it stayed in the cabinet quite longer than this guy right here. So yeah, more reason to pick Metallicum, I think. Okay, so the number 5 in my Ecuagenera collection is no other than my ANTHURIUM Pallidiflorum. And she's right here. I didn't get a chance to unbox this live or on YouTube, but I did manage to film a reel on Instagram. If you guys want to check it out, you can visit my Instagram at plantandstylewithpeachy, and you can follow me while you're there too. That would be nice, and thank you. So yeah, although this plant had an easy time acclimating, and it grew this leaf right here very quickly under my condition, it's also very wonky, and it's got some freckles looking spots like that, and I don't see any past that I have checked for past on this guy, so I just assume that it was the first leaf under my condition. So I thought it was, oh no, I just broke the mid-rib right here. I'm so sorry. Okay, anyways, this is the newest leaf that it came, and recently, actually this summer, at the beginning of summer, and as you can see, it still has the same freckle spots that it's showing right here, and it's also looking like wet. So it's a little bit drier now, but at some point it looked very, very wet on the sides, which is a sign of like water logging, and I'm probably going to need to repot it. There are already roots growing in there, so that's probably the next step that I'm gonna do with this plant, because I've seen really, really good specimens out there, and I'm still waiting for mine to turn into a beautiful swan. But for now, I'm pretty happy with this. Okay, so the next one is my Ceratostema rawii, and I'm gonna show a clip right here on how it looked when I received it. I got this on one of the live sales. Actually, live sales on February 7, 2023. Unfortunately, it did not make it. It just dried out fairly quickly, and Ecuagenera wants you to update them within the next 3 days of how your plants are doing since unboxing them. But with this plant, it took a little while for all of its leaves to like basically fall off. But I did reach out a little later, probably already a week, maybe a week or closer to 2 weeks later. I reached out and they were kind enough to send me a smaller version. It wasn't as big as the one on the live sale, and so far it's actually still alive. Let me show you. So here it is. Yeah, so it's like a fraction of the plant that I paid for, really, but they replaced it. That one died, so this is the one I have now. And as you can see, those lighter in colors are actually the newest growth, and this one took the acclimation cabinet that I have as a permanent residence. So she lives there now, and she is in moss. I actually just added more moss on the moss that it came with. I was so afraid to like disturb it, so I just chuck it in there. I added a little more moss and leca at the bottom, and I keep the leca filled with nutrient solution. So I use the same nutrient solution that I use for all of my plants, literally, because I want it to be like easy. I don't want to like have a recipe for every plant, you know what I mean? So I did that, and so far it's working well. Like our cabinet sits between 60% humidity to like 90% humidity. It fluctuates throughout the day, but it doesn't go below 60. And same with temperature. It has come down to like 60 at one point because I live in Berkeley, and it gets very cold here even during summer. I mean, especially summer nights. So yeah, and I'm very happy. You see, yeah, I cannot wait to see the flowers on this one. Are so beautiful. And again, what is this? Number 6, Ceratostema rowii. Okay, so this next plant was so beautiful. When it came, it was like one of my favorites, and I have been wanting this in my wish list for the longest time. And I imported this in February 14, 2023, and obviously it was winter time at that time, so it was a little bit cold. So as expected, the plants that I imported during this time unfortunately are not doing great. And the first one being is this Philodendron Patriciae. So this is what's left of the big beautiful Patriciae mama, and it's not even a plant yet. It's just a cutting, and it's finally rooted as well. There are 2 nodes here, as you can see. It suffered from stem rot, and I had to get rid of the bottom part of it and the top part. So the stem from the bottom until the root ball was just mush, and I'm just so happy that I was able to salvage a little bit of it. I'm gonna probably pot this up sooner rather than later, so we'll have some nutrients rather than water. This is just sitting in water. So yeah, the Patriciae. And then next one is my Philodendron. I think now they call it El Guapo. El Guapo no más. El Guapo no more in this situation. Oh my goodness, I have not checked the roots again since I've imported this, and yeah, it doesn't look good actually. Now that I'm seeing it, I'm probably gonna have to pull her out. As you can see, there's black stem as well, so I reckon there's probably stem rot here too. So this leaf actually grew under my care, and no, scratch that. This was already a new leaf that already came out, but it wasn't unfurled yet. It was still intact, and it unfurled here in my environment, but very, very sadly. And yeah, it's not done anything since then. So yeah, another sad story. So another tip is to choose the time of imports properly. So the colder the season is, the more likely that it is going to have a hard time recovering from the cold damage or whatever drastic temperature or situation it went through during shipment. So okay, so these next sets actually came from my birthday haul last April 2023, and the first one is the Anthurium Warocleanum. Came with these 2 leaves. So this is a 3-month update of that birthday haul. This one actually came with very dry roots that I had to trim off, and I just stuck it in LUXURIANS. I stuck it in pond, and now it's definitely rooted to the substrate, and it looks very happy. And we have a new growth spike right here that just happened recently, and it's also in ambient condition. It's just one on top of the one of the floating shelves. So I am quite happy with this, because this is a different one. As you can see, we have a very unique lobe, and definitely different than my other queen. I just love them so much. I cannot say that I'm very confident with raising the queen yet in my collection, but I'm happy with what I have right now, and I'm just have my fingers crossed, to be honest. Okay, so next one is the Philodendron bicolor, and it's right here. It's alive. It didn't lose any leaves either during acclimation. It now sits in our bedroom in ambient condition. It aborted its first leaf, unfortunately, but it looks like there's a new leaf spike as well, and it's also well rooted in the moss bowl. I hope that you could see. I'm so sorry about the glare, but here you can see that it's rooted in there. So yeah, Philodendron bicolor. This guys get red back, I think. Depends on the lighting and heat condition. So far I have not experienced it yet. So it probably comes on during the new leaf. So unfortunately, I have not seen that one yet. So Philodendron bicolor. This next one is another trooper. This one acclimated so well. This is the NIGROLAMINUM GIGI, and this is the new leaf that grew under my condition. This is the first leaf actually that it ever grew, and the only leaf currently, but I cannot wait for more, because look at this. It's not dark yet, but the older leaves actually gets very dark, so it's hard to see because of the glare and the lighting. My goodness, look at that. This from this leaf, and it just jumped in size. Very let's see, right there. Oh, you can see that it's kind of dark already. So it jumped in size very quickly, and I'm so happy about that. So it also took into LUXURIANS really, really nicely there. So yeah, if you guys do not have your anthuriums in pon yet, they actually love it. I think in my I am having a great time, an easy time caring for them in self-watering and LUXURIANS. I just refill the reservoir and stare at it pretty much is what I do. But yeah, the Anthurium NIGROLAMINUM GIGI is such a unique plant to cross-pollinate with. So yeah, excited about that. I'm waiting for the flowers on this one. Okay, so the next one is, I'm trying to speed things through here. Okay, so the next one is another sad story. I didn't plan on purchasing this particular plant, but this was during a live sale, so it looked really good at that time, and it was really cheap as well. So here it is. It's still here. It's not fully, you see, there's a growth point down there at the bottom, so I'm not counting it out yet. So I'm still hoping that it will sprout something so I can pot it up. But this is the Anthurium cuspidatum. Okay, so yeah, we are plowing through the list, you guys. The next one is going to be, hold on, I gotta go get it. Okay, the next one is, it's really huge, and I am so happy to report, you guys, that Miss ALOCASIA SANDERIANA right here is still here and did not budge at all, did not lose any leaf during acclimation. And if you remember, I put her straight into pon with leca at the bottom, and as you can see, she's rooted down there, and I am so excited. We have a new leaf coming through right here. Oh my gosh. If it's all good and happy and it's not going to revert, it should be bigger than this leaf right here. And I just cannot imagine bigger leaf than this one. This plant has just been a joy to watch. It's so stunning. Everyone that could see it is just amazed at how big and like how happy it looks too. Like there's no crisping whatsoever. It's just gorgeous. This is the ALOCASIA SANDERIANA 3 months update, and it's very happy right now. And yeah, probably, yeah, one of the most beautiful plant in my collection, I think. ALOCASIA SANDERIANA. You cannot see the whole plant, but here it is. It's almost bigger than me. Here it is. Yeah. Very beautiful. I'm sweating. We're almost there. We're almost there. It's so hard to make money. If you're liking this video, please help me out. Help your mama out so I can do this full time and just be home with my baby and my plants. Yeah, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, all that kind of stuff. So, the next one. So if you think that plant was good, oh my god, actually this is even better. Well, I think in my opinion, oh no, oh my god, I'm so stupid, oh my goodness. Anyways, here it is. This is the Anthurium Forgetii cross with Luxurians. Oh my god. This is the leaf that I grew under my condition. Can we just take a moment to like appreciate this leaf is ginormous and bullated and peltatum. Peltatum is the closed sinus that is famous with the Forgetii. So it's kind of have a semi-lobe down there, but it's pretty much closed lobe. And oh my gosh, it's not even completely hardened yet, and it's gonna get darkened when it's hard. So this is the oldest leaf, and look how dark and beautiful that is. So yeah, so far the last 4 big leaves came with the closed sinus already, so I'm feeling great about it continuing on. And this is the inflorescence that I am waiting to be receptive, and my plan is actually I have a Anthurium dark Forgetii that I have yet shown, and it's from Ecuagenera as well. So that one has pollen currently, so I am planning on taking that pollen and hopefully pollinate this plant, so then it's gonna have more percentage as a closed sinus rather than the Anthurium lobes, Anthurium luxurian lobes. So that is very, very exciting, and that's a dream for me. This is already a dream come true. I have been wanting this, and there's not many of this as well that is available in the market. So yeah, I'm very, very happy that I lucked out and actually found this one. And yeah, thank you Ecuagenera for letting me have this, because it's just beautiful and easygoing. It sits again in ambient now, and it's already well rooted. And right there you see some fresh roots. Oh no, I'm down to 10%. I might not make it. You see there's fresh roots down there. But yeah, one of the probably top 5 favorites in my collection. This one right here is the Anthurium Forgetii dark form. So I grew this leaf under my condition, and this inflow also grew under my condition, and I am going to collect still if I'm not too late. Actually, now that I see it, I thought I had more time to collect the pollen, but we're gonna see and try. So the pollen from here is what I am hoping to pollinate my Anthurium luxurian and Forgetii hybrid that you just saw. So this is what I'm hoping to get the pollen from. Yeah, Anthurium Forgetii dark. And then the next one is actually right here behind me, and it is no other than this gigantic Anthurium regale. This is another giant plant that I acquired during live sale, and it actually came with this 2 leaves, and it did not lose a leaf as well, thank God, because there's only 2. And it also has given some fresh roots, if you can see in between the glare right there. So, and the new growth spike is still here. It's not rotted, but it's also showing very, very small movement. It's probably because it's trying to root first, which I totally understand, right? It needs to know that it is able to be stable enough to support its entire plant, right? So yeah, again, in ambient. Cannot wait to see a new leaf on this one. Although these two leaves are looking great still, yeah, I can only imagine a fresh, pristine Anthurium regale leaf would be like probably very amazing to watch. So yeah, I'm gonna put her down because she's heavy. Okay, so we are down to the last three, and these last three were imported last June 13. So it's basically 1 month. This is 1 month update, and the first one is the Anthurium crystallinum. As you can see, it's already out of the cabinet, and this is the crystallinum dark, and this one acclimated so well. Also, you can see some fresh roots over there, and there's more over here. See the fuzzy root? Yeah, and there's also a possible new leaf coming through. You can also see fresh aerial root right there, and right there. So yeah, and no drainage. Let's choose a pond with leca at the bottom, and yeah, it's doing great. And no new leaves yet, but it's getting close to getting there. So yeah, Anthurium crystallinum. Okay, so the next one, second to the last, is this beauty right here. Oh my god, this is so gorgeous, you guys. What an easy-going plant right here. This is the Anthurium wendlingeri, and this is the newest leaf that it came out under my care. She's still in the cabinet only because it's only been a month, right, since the import, and I'm mostly scared of losing this plant because of how pretty it is. And this is also like exceptionally thinner than normal. So yeah, it's such a great specimen. I did not lose a leaf either during acclimation, and it just pushed this one out. So the last time I watered this, I still watered from the top, but I can tell that the reservoir is already getting used, so that is a good sign. And yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so it's not even fully hardened yet, but wow, what a gorgeous plant, you guys. You see, like most people actually love this for its corkscrew inflorescence, and we shall see, because I probably going to love it too. But with just the foliage alone, which I am mostly fond of, it's already looking magnificent, and yeah, it's unbeatable. It's gorgeous. That's why I'm not liking the Pallidiflorum as much, because I see this and it's like so pristine, and it's so like thick and leathery as well. Like it just looks so good, right, compared to the Pallidiflorum. So yeah, again, Anthurium wendlingeri. So the last one, if you've seen my import unboxing, then you know which plant is in this lineup, and this is no other than my Philodendron melanochrysum. Oh my god, I didn't lose a single leaf during acclimation, but it did abort its first leaf. So its first spike dried up in the process of the acclimation, but very quickly it pushed out this for sure new leaf that is not stuck anymore. So it's coming, and hopefully it's still mature, because that was what I was trying to preserve out of this plant, is to keep its maturity, because I know how hard it is to try to grow this to a mature form. So that's the main reason why I got it as a large plant. But oh my goodness, what a beauty this plant is. I don't know if I should recommend this plant, guys, because in general they're really finicky, they're hard to ship, they're hard to acclimate supposedly, and they're very hard to mature. So I'm not going to recommend it only because of that reason. I think that I got really lucky, and if my theory when I bought this plant was, if I get it mature, then it's probably stronger and would be able to withstand the shipping process, and that was what I had in mind. So I thought I should give it a try at that time, and I'm so glad I did, because somehow it survived. So, and that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you had a great time. I had so much fun for sure. And if you do like this kind of videos, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell down below so you'll be notified when my future video drops. Again, thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye!